Yo 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 yo.
Jess will be here in a second. What up, Charlamagne?
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Good morning. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Good morning. What is happening, man?
Yes, that's right. Good morning. Back to the work week. What's up, Charlotte? I seen you was in Atlanta for a sec.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta this weekend. You know what I mean? Invest Fest. Dropping
That's
the
right.
clues bombs for Invest Fest, man. Salute to Rashad and Troy, the good brothers to Earn Your Leisure. What they have built with Invest Fest is absolutely incredible. 3 days of black people coming together to discuss financial literacy, to discuss business. And when you talk to people about why, you know, they want to be there, like, you know, just people that are in attendance, it's simply because they learn.
That's right.
Nothing more, nothing less. They're there because they are, you know, getting an education. So I was there on Saturday. Me and Unc dropping the clues bombs for Steve Harvey. Me and my man Steve Harvey, we had a panel together. And, you know, that was just a great conversation because Steve is somebody who's given me a lot of game, you know, throughout my journey, throughout my career. And I really like just spending time with Steve. It was just interesting, us being on, you know, stage together because, you know, sometimes when you're around a person and y'all have, like, you know, casual, private conversations, sometimes that
Private conversation goes to the public. And it shouldn't.
You know, and he don't like that because, you know, I talk like this all the time. So
right.
You
like,
know what I mean? Bro. Like, you know, and then sometimes I got to slow him down because I know where he might be going with it because he getting a little too loose. Yeah, so I love Unc, man.
Salute to Steve Harvey. Salute to Earn Your Leisure and Invest Fest. Now, also, salute to everybody in the Carolinas. I was in Columbia, South Carolina over the weekend.
803, the Metro.
I was all over through there, yeah. So salute to everybody that came out. We had over 1,000 people. It was just a great event. Had a good time. I don't know the name of the spot. It felt like a government building, like maybe they rented out a government building. Yeah. Right behind was a huge library.
A huge library.
It was like a huge library, like a modern library. It's beautiful. On the outside, they had red lights outside. It was very beautiful.
Okay.
But it was very beautiful. It was grown and sexy, 25 plus. Everybody dressed up in all white. I ate at a restaurant called Champagne. Really, really nice. Everybody showed me so much love in South Carolina. So salute to everybody in South Carolina. I had an amazing time. To the point, I don't want to get in. I ain't gonna get in trouble.
What? Tell me what.
I ain't gonna tell you where it was, but I pulled up at the hotel. And a lady was like, "You tell Charlamagne, everybody from Florida ain't crazy." Now I've been living here for 15 years, and we look out for our own. You know what she said? She said all the rooms are free for me. Don't even worry about it. Gave me all the hotel rooms for free.
And that's why everybody from Florida crazy. She don't even own that hotel. That ain't even her hotel, but she giving you all the rooms free. Why?
I ain't mad at her.
Okay, and yes, I'm glad you not say the name of the hotel.
I ain't mad at her.
She doing something she ain't got no business doing.
I ain't mad at her.
And then wonder why we call all the people in Florida crazy. You don't even need no free room.
Hey.
You got money, and she giving away free rooms to you. Why do people? By the way,
she said we got to look out for our own. So I said okay.
Why do we do that? I always wonder about that. They always want to give people that don't need to get nothing free stuff.
That's all right.
You know what I mean? But then the people who actually need it got to pay top dollar. That makes no sense.
I took it, though.
I'm sure you did.
I took it. Pause. And salute to my friend DJ Mono. DJ Mono was, he called me this morning at 4 a.m. He was drunk. He cursed me out and said I didn't check up on him enough. And he was right. I need to check up on my friends enough. Sometimes life be life, and you always say I'm going to get around to it. And sometimes you don't want that I'm going to get around to it when something bad happens. So salute to DJ Mono.
I remember it was your birthday one time back in the day. And DJ Mono walked in the club and he smacked you on the ass, and then when you turned around, he smashed some cake in your face. That was crazy.
That's not what happened.
He smashed the cake
That's
in
not
his
what
face.
happened.
And when he smashed the cake in Envy's face, Envy like did his tongue and licked the cake from
That's
around his
not
face,
true.
and it almost licked Mono's fingers. That was wild.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right quickly
wild.
what happened. We were in the club. Charlamagne was there. Charlamagne told him to do that. Mono was drunk. Charlamagne
I told him to smack you on the ass and put cake in your face?
He didn't smack me on my ass.
Why would I do that?
He did not smack me in my ass. Charlamagne said, "Yo, it'd be fun if you smack him in the face with cake." And that's what he did. He ended the whole party.
That was New York. Remember Paid in Full?
It was not New York.
Remember Paid in Full when Cam was like, "I smashed the cake in his face," and then they was like, "Yo, why you be doing stuff like that?" I don't know. It's his birthday. I just thought that was something y'all did here in New York.
Goodness.
He did that on his own.
Ghostface will be joining us this morning. His new album, Supreme Clientele 2, is out, and we're going to be kicking it with Ghostface in a little bit, but we got front page news when we come back, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now, some quick sports. Tampa Bay Buccaneers first waived Shiloh Sanders. They're saying after he got into a fight on the field.
Is that why they waived him? They waived him because of that fight?
That's what they were saying. That's the reason why he was waived. But we honestly
don't know.
The team
said that? I saw people on social media.
Social media said that and speculated it, but
them niggas don't know nothing.
He was waived after swinging on another player in the game the other night, so he was waived. So
I mean, that would look like regular football to me. The way that they was,
not the punch at the end though, right?
Yeah, even the punch. I've seen football players throw punches at each other. I mean, first of all, I think that's stupid. To me, it's swinging at a first. Let me tell you, it's the same thing as lesbians with the scrap on.
What you mean?
When the lesbian got the scrap on, right, and then, the other lesbian's sucking on it or something, and then the person wearing the scrap is moaning.
Right.
It's the same thing when you throw a punch at somebody. How y'all fist fighting with helmets on?
That's stupid.
I know.
No, what you just said about the games. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, it's all stupid. I agree, Jess. Thank Justice K. I agree. It's all stupid. I agree, Jess.
Oh my God.
What's up, Morgan?
Hey, how y'all feeling on a Monday?
Good.
All right, let's get into it. So President Trump is threatening to send troops to Baltimore now as part of his national crackdown on crime. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said that Maryland Governor Wes Moore asked him in a rather nasty and provocative tone to walk the streets of Maryland with him, and called Governor Moore's record on crime a very bad one, and said he'll send troops to the city if he thinks he needs help. Now, Moore responded during a appearance on CBS's Face the Nation, saying while the president is spending his time from the Oval Office making jabs at attacks at us, there are people on the ground already doing the work to actually bring crime down. Let's take a listen to Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
It is not sustainable. You cannot continue this type of pace of operations, particularly when it's costing over $1 million a day in order to do this. The second, it's not scalable. You're not going to be able to do this in every single major American city, particularly when many of the cities that have the highest crime rates are the places that have actually deployed their National Guards to Washington, D.C. So who's going to go do the work in their cities? The third, it's unconstitutional. It's a direct violation of the 10th Amendment. And for a party that talks about state rights, it's amazing how they're having such a big government approach in the way they're conducting public safety. The fourth reason is because it's deeply disrespectful to the members of the National Guard. As someone who actually deployed overseas and served my country in combat, to ask these men and women to do a job that they're not trained for is just deeply disrespectful.
Yeah, so elsewhere, the Washington Post also reported Saturday that the Pentagon has been planning a military deployment to Chicago for weeks, and that National Guard members could arrive as soon as next month. Now, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker responded with a statement saying that Trump is attempting to manufacture a crisis and politicize Americans who serve in uniform to distract from the pain he is causing working families. And
the Epstein files. See, that's where they messing up at, because none of these people are leading with all of this as a distraction from the Epstein files. Even when Governor Wes Moore was on yesterday, he didn't bring that up. J.B. Pritzker's not bringing it up no more. Like, don't stop talking about what caused him to be rattled.
Mm-hmm. Well, National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. let's take it up a notch, because National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. are now authorized to carry firearms. NBC News reports the Guard members will carry service-issued M17 pistols, while there will be a small number armed with M4 rifles. Now, on Friday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth authorized 2,000 troops in D.C. to begin carrying weapons, although Guard members will continue to focus on their work on protecting federal assets and providing a so-called safe environment. So,
what I was thinking about? What matters more, data or how people feel? And what I mean by that is the data showed crime was going.
How people feel?
Yeah. The data showed how crime was going down in D.C. Crime has been going down in Baltimore. They had a significant drop in murders, according to the data. But then you have some people who say things are still bad in these places. So what matters more, how people feel or the actual data?
The data, and then also, I guess.
So you think the data?
What people feel, and also the news, right? Because even here in New York City, they said crime and all this is down, but I just heard 5 people got shot over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Then I heard last weekend that shooting in the club. Then the weekend before that, it was another 3 people. Somebody got shot in Times Square. So it feels like it's bull. The data's BS.
Yeah, I think it's like when you 500 pounds and you lose 200. Yeah, it's cool, but you're still fat.
You still big.
Why do you keep coming up with these metaphors like this, picking on communities?
I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just trying to break it down in ways people understand.
I get it. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Morgan.
All right, see y'all at 7.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad
or blast. It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, hey, this is Demetrius out of Louisiana.
Hey, Demetrius, what up? Get it off your chest, brother.
All right, then. Hey, good morning, y'all. The Breakfast Club. I listen to you guys every morning. I just want to make a point in regards to the point that was just made about the National Guard being authorized to, carry firearms. Nobody's really put it together as far as the narrative, and I want to go back just real quickly about Black Lives Matter. Okay, so police brutality, all right, carried on by local law enforcement that are allowed to carry arms and bear arms like every day in the streets of America. They don't even have to have permission to carry firearms, and they, shoot at will. They're shooting 20, 30, 40 rounds, to, assailants or whatever you want to call them. And then look at the National Guard. These are our cousins, our relatives, our uncles, aunts, daughters, right? They're out there in the streets protecting our so-called government, political stances, and they don't even have weapons, okay? Now, no problem with that. But what I wanted to say was the way you get these police to get their mind right is to have military personnel after they serve their 4 years. Their 2 years inactive reserve time should be that they go to their home of record and serve as local police officers. Case in point, though. Okay, so the guys that have been to war, a lot of people don't know that. I'm ex-military. I was in the Marine Corps for 12 years. When we go over to Afghanistan, Iraq and all that type of stuff, we have to have permission to fire one round, to lock and load. We have to have permission by our commanding officers or NCOs or whatever, what have you, to fire, where local law enforcement over here, most of which could not even pass the ASVAB or couldn't even pass the physical examination for a flat foot or incompetency or whatever. And then most of those guys, sorry, I'm driving, and most of those guys probably were bullied in school and they have a hang-up, personal or otherwise, or they come from some little small town where they don't like black people or what have you, or brown-skinned folks, you know what I mean? And then they just kind of take advantage of it. Anyway, I know I was speaking fast and all that. I appreciate y'all listening y'all every morning. Y'all doing a great job.
Thank
Keep
you,
up the good work.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I like that idea if they want to do that. I don't want it to be something that they have to do, because I feel like, if you go over and you do like a tour of duty, I think when you come home, one of the first things that they should do is, give you proper mental evaluations. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you have, decompressed from all the trauma that you've seen, over there before they just put you back out in the street.
That's right.
But I do kind of like that idea.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Lynn from Columbus. Good morning, y'all.
What's up, Lynn? Good morning.
Peace,
Get it
Lynn.
off your chest, Lynn.
Listen, Jess, you there today, right?
Jess here.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
good.
here.
I had
What's
to make
up?
sure. So I watched the Amy Bradley documentary this weekend, child.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. That hoe is alive.
Yeah,
of all,
exactly.
why you
Why
call
she
her
gotta be
a
a
hoe?
hoe, though? Why she gotta be a hoe?
Damn.
Hey.
Listen, y'all, you know what I meant. It's a term of endearment in Amy's case.
I got you.
Okay, because it went from stud
Right.
to hoe.
Right?
But listen, she's forced against her will, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing that's bugging me out, though. It's the letter, 2 months before she went on the boat to her girlfriend?
Yes, right?
That creeped me out.
People are trying to forget that part, that she gave it a little message in a bottle and she was on a ship, and you only send a message on a bottle when you on the water somewhere.
What did the message say?
Exactly.
There's a long note to
But
her.
here's the biggest part, though. I knew it was the bass player.
Everybody knows it's him, even his own daughter.
Even his own daughter, and it's the fact that she tried to set him up on the Netflix documentary.
Girl, yes, and he was
then
not falling
started
for
crashing
it.
out.
He was not falling for it. He was getting upset with her. But I thank God for her, because she like something ain't right. My father, he being a whole clown out here. He be luring girls to the woods.
The woods,
she got
in the water?
kids. She got Barbados kids.
Yes.
We gotta put a PBB out. She got kids, y'all.
She got kids from Barbados?
That's black?
Yes.
No, see, they doing a lot right now. They trying to put it together. Girl. All they need to do is watch the documentary. But
you talk about the Amy Bradley documentary.
Yes, on Netflix. Y'all can still watch it right now, y'all. It's the #1 documentary on there right now. She wrote a letter to her girlfriend 2 months before she went on this cruise with her parents. And basically what it was, she cheated on her girlfriend. They ain't say that, but she was writing a letter to her girlfriend like, I can't live without you. Like, basically, it was kind of like a suicide note.
Right.
It gave a suicide feel. But if you looking at it another way, it could be, she just loved her girlfriend so much. But she definitely was like, I don't want to be with anybody if I can't be with you. And the girl was mad at her.
She put the message in a bottle?
In the bottle, yes.
And threw it overboard?
No, and she left it with the girlfriend. It was just in the bottle. And then she was like, I'm going on this cruise. And if you never see me again, I don't know what to tell you.
So why she had used a strap on another girl?
She did not. I don't know how gay she was. I just know that she was gay.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't even know if she was a bottom or what they do. What they call that, Lauren? Okay.
No, not lesbian.
That's for men.
Okay. See, all of that wasn't out when I was gay. It was just regular. You kiss and you scissor and you go home. It wasn't all this extra stuff when I was gay.
It's just like film.
Well,
there y'all go having conversations that y'all don't know nothing about.
I know it's film. I don't know the other
all
word.
The studs mad at y'all this morning. Jess and Lauren was on the radio talking about rock, paper, scissors. See, that's how lesbians decide what they gonna do.
Shut up, stupid.
Get it off your chest.
My God.
800-585-1051. We got the latest with Lauren coming up.
We do. Y'all were talking about needing a naked video. Lil Nas X is showing that this thing really happened, and now there is one. And a lot more, because he is still in jail at this very moment. We're going to get into some things.
Damn. All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Lauren.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm a homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Wow, Lil Nas X is waiting in jail right now. There is a new video that has surfaced.
Waiting for what?
He's waiting to see a judge because the charge, which was he was arrested on suspicion of battery on an officer, they consider it violent because he charged at the officer, so he has to see a judge. He couldn't just get cited and go home. So he had to wait over the weekend to see a judge today, and hopefully he'll be released on bail. But there's a video that surfaced, and this is from the original video or original night where he was walking around at 4 a.m. in LA. But now Lil Nas X is naked in this video. So the story in the beginning,
you asked for it.
You
they
did.
Gave it to you.
Right. You did. You asked for it in the surface. They heard you and they released it.
He's slanging? Was it hanging?
What?
It's blurred. We couldn't see
How
it.
big was the blur?
The blur was pretty hefty.
It was pretty big.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And so the video was released. He's naked now. Now this is the part of the video where, of course, he's removed the tighty whities and he is singing Nicki Minaj. Let's take a listen.
Cause my money ain't. Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the rookie, but my features and my shows 10 times your pay.
Hey.
50K for a verse, no album out.
Come on, that's it.
They looped the same video, so yes, it's short.
Man.
Yeah, there's so much more.
So tall that my Barbie's gotta climb it. That's the jam.
How did it claim it?
Find it.
So he did the whole verse, or he just did that one little clip? He did the whole verse?
I'm assuming he went for longer, but the video that was released by TMZ just loops that part of it. Now, I will say, in this video, he no longer has the boots on anymore, right?
Oh, he took them off.
Yes. Now, those boots, the man who was recording says that, yes, he got the boots, and he is now selling them on eBay for $10,000.
What kind of boots are they?
They're just white cowboy boots, the white boots that were in the original video, right? So Lil Nas X is walking around naked with no boots, and now this man is selling.
Who's selling underwear?
If you buy them boots, then you are doing very well in life.
Who's selling the tighty whities? I'm sure they're gonna sell the tighty whities too.
No, he doesn't have the tighty whities. It's just the boots as of now. And they did ask him, like, you don't think that price is a bit like steep for just a random pair of white boots, even though Lil Nas X had them on? And he says that people have already been reaching out to him via social media to give him offers for the boots. So he thinks it's gonna be fine. They're starting at $10K on eBay.
That butt sniffing bandit from California might buy them drawers. Because he just got caught again.
I thought he likes sniffing women's butts. Or he all butt sniffer.
Yeah. Well, good luck to Lil Nas X today. And the guy who was recording the video says that when he walked, so he recorded the first part of the video. He rode off a bit and kind of like lost Lil Nas X. Like he could see him. He said he was like rolling on the ground, but he was too far to record it. So when they caught back up with each other, the man said he was playing Old Town Road. He catches back up with Lil Nas X, who doesn't have any boots on her, and he asked him like, "Where are your boots?" And he says that Lil Nas X told him, "Girl, I don't need them boots anymore." And then
I'm still screaming publicity stunt. Can I ask you a question, Loren?
Yes.
I was reading on TMZ. TMZ had a headline that says Lil Nas X is on his best behavior in jail.
Yes.
And then when you read the article, it says police haven't had any issues with Lil Nas. We're told the Old Town rapper hasn't tried to put on any shows or sung for those also at the jail.
Why is that
part of the story?
It's a part of the story because normally when you have like R. Kelly or like even remember we were having a conversation about Tory Lanez and what he was singing in jail at one point.
After one day.
I mean, I guess they just wanted to make a story. They wanted to get because people cared about Lil Nas X being locked up, so they asked the question.
And no, R. Kelly and Tory Lanez, I would want to hear them perform. What the hell could Lil Nas X perform in jail that I would want to hear?
He got well. First of all, you think this is a publicity stunt, right?
Very much.
And
so.
he has Panani. He has I was about to say something else. He has really good songs.
What is Punani?
Panini. That's a Panini. It's an old
Panani.
song that he had, but his
Shouldn't it be Pussy?
Right, that's old. I was gonna say what he could be performing in there. There's a song Kimbo that he was teasing with Little John that hasn't released yet. That he did post to his Instagram a few weeks ago, and he did post on some of his videos. Now
so he's been promoting music up until this point.
Yeah, but for a long time though. To be fair, it wasn't just recently because he's been saying that he was going.
He cleared his Instagram.
He did, but prior to clearing his Instagram, he's been saying he was going to make a return with music. He was going to make a return. He was going to make a return. But he did clear his Instagram. He did post a snippet of this song. But I have the song because this one might go where he at.
Somebody better call 12 on me. Big stunt.
Stop playing.
Big publicity stunt.
Somebody he on his best behavior.
And I always wanted to know how did he get to where he was at? Did he drive to that location and started walking, or did he just started how did he get to that location?
Yeah.
Somebody drive him there? Like
I don't know.
Just
the
pop
answer
up in the
to
street
that.
and just start walking?
I don't know the answer to that, but there is a video now that is circulating with him and like a random fan that happened to run into him, and they're posing to take a picture. We have the little snippet from that video too.
He seemed fine.
Can you do this dance with me? No. Let's take this picture.
All right. Where's the party?
Can you just dance with me? No.
Yeah, that's the only other person that I've seen interact with him throughout this whole ordeal.
Two homeboys allegedly. This is sounding like a Smollett story. I ain't gonna hold. Nah.
It's a big stunt. God bless him though. I wish him the best. You know, are you doing all of this to sell 5,000 records?
Damn.
I mean, because it's like, come on, yo.
Can't we give him 10,000?
At what point do we just sell our music the good way? You know, not going through all these drastic measures. But I bet his ass ain't mean to get put in jail for this long if he's still in there.
Definitely not.
To get caught before Friday and still have to wait over the weekend is crazy. And I did. I was talking.
Okay, I get you is. You don't want to be in jail this long.
Well, he's in an arraignment area of the jail, so he's not really interacting with too many people. He's just waiting to go see a judge.
There's people there. They probably got him in a holding cell with a bunch of people.
With a bunch of other
according to the story that
he got his own cell.
He doesn't have his own cell, but it's not too many. Like he's not interacting with like a whole jail. He's not on like a pod and all those things. So
he said he's in pre-arraignment.
Yeah, it's a pre-arraignment jail, like a holding cell, like you said. But they also. So I spoke to a public information officer because normally LAPD doesn't release mugshots, but I just wanted to confirm there will be no mugshot here either. So I mean, no mugshot merch if he gets through this. When he gets through this.
We spent too much time on this story, but this is exactly what he wanted.
That's right.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
We definitely was talking about it.
Well, can we talk about somebody who put out some good music with no goddamn gimmicks?
Who that?
Man, drop on the clues bombs for Offset.
Yeah, Offset.
Listen to the full album.
Boy, hey, Offset delivered. You hear me?
What's your favorite on the album?
Oh, I got a lot. Right now at this moment, it's probably Run It Up with Killah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you said. We listened to. That was lit.
Yeah, I was listening to that again all weekend as well. And he dropped the full visual for the Different Species song with Gunna. Directed by my homegirl Shishi. Shout out to Shishi.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Can we get an Offset joint on? Can we play Run It Up?
Let's play Run It Up with Killah.
That's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. Just to let you know, people have been asking. Shiloh Sanders has been waived by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not saying why. People are assuming that's because he threw a punch at another player on the field the other night during the preseason game. But there's no, they haven't said why.
I doubt that's the reason, but who knows?
All right. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, okay, in case you missed it, on Friday morning, the FBI raided former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton's home and office, and it's not exactly clear why. Now, the former National Security Advisor became a strong critic of President Trump after he left the administration back in 2019 and had been previously accused of leaking classified material, but a previous investigation into that didn't go anywhere. Now, Trump spoke on it on Friday afternoon, saying he didn't know about the raid in advance, but also added that he has the right to know in advance. Let's hear more from President Trump.
I don't want to know, but just you have to do what you have to do. I don't want to know about it. It's not necessary. I could know about it. I could be the one starting it. I'm actually the chief law enforcement officer.
So in an interview with NBC's Meet the Press, Vice President J.D. Vance denied the FBI raids were a result of Bolton's previous criticism of the president. And the vice president also said that the investigation of Bolton is in its early stages. Let's take a listen to those comments.
Classified documents are certainly part of it, but I think that there's a broad concern about Ambassador Bolton. They're going to look into it. And like I said, if there's no crime here, we're not going to prosecute it.
Also, I want to say something, Morgan, because we just be, sometimes people just be letting the president speak, but he's not the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. Like, that title belongs to the U.S. Attorney General, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you know how Trump talks. But you're right. It's
a lie.
Right, to clarify.
we know how Trump lies. Like, that's a lie.
He's over that, but I guess he feels like because he's over that person, that's why he says what he says, and that's just speculation from my end. But Vance went on to say whether Bolton has been or would be taken into custody remains to be seen. Bolton also served as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations under President George W. Bush. In other news, Vice President Vance is defending the new congressional map recently approved by Texas Senate, saying it was Democratic gerrymandering that made these redistricting efforts necessary. Let's take a listen to J.D. Vance.
All we're doing, frankly, is trying to make the situation a little bit more fair on a national scale. The Democrats have gerrymandered their states really aggressively. We think there are opportunities to push back against that, and that's really all we're doing.
So the Texas Tribune says the map was adopted early Saturday along party line votes over fierce Democratic opposition. President Trump, of course, had called for a new map to increase the House majority ahead of the midterm elections. Meanwhile, House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, he's hinting at possibility of mobilizing redistricting efforts in more blue states. In an interview with CNN's State of the Union, Jeffries criticized congressional maps in Texas and said Democrats would be ready if more Republican-led states aim to redraw maps in their favor. Let's take a listen to House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries.
In Texas, this is a racial, partisan gerrymander ordered by Donald Trump as part of an effort to rig the midterm elections. And we're not going to let it happen. We will continue to respond when necessary across the country. Right now, this has happened in Texas. California has responded. Let's see what comes next.
Of course, Jeffries' comments come again as the Texas Senate approved a new congressional map that will likely give the GOP 5 more seats in the House. Just days before that approval, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a measure that calls for a special election aiming to redraw state maps in California, and that would most likely give Democrats an additional 5 House seats in California. So the statewide vote will be held in California in November. So we'll continue to keep you guys posted on all of this redistricting, and make sure you pay attention to what happens in your state as it tends to affect, the people. So I'm not going to get too much into that. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Y'all can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. That's MorgynMedia. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. That's for more news coverage, y'all, because y'all be getting mad at me. Why you ain't cover this? Y'all can go ahead and listen to Black Information Network for more news coverage.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, when we come back, Ghostface Killah will be joining us. His album Supreme Clientele 2 is out now, and we're going to talk to Ghostface. All right, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
My favorite MC of all time.
The legend, the icon, ladies and gentlemen, Ghostface Killah.
Yo. What up?
How you feeling, man?
Nah, we coolin', King. Glad to be here right now.
Man,
I missed y'all like 3 times, right?
I think once.
Twice. It was twice.
It was twice.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I
listen,
thought you was friend at the wildest. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you did.
My man was telling me that he saw you had that face on like, yo. You know what I mean?
Downstairs, I was like, Ghost
yeah.
don't want to come up here, man.
Yeah.
everything happens when God wanted to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
You said you would never do a sequel to Supreme Clientele. So what changed your mind?
Nah, it was the fans. It was the fans. They kept calling for it. So I'm like, yo, for years they was calling for it. So gradually I started back then. Like I saved a couple of joints. Every time I get a joint and I felt like it could be Supreme, I just put it in the vault, stash it. So look, on this album right here, I got maybe 5 songs from 20 years ago, 17 and better on it,
How do you know this body of work was it, though? This body of work should be Supreme Clientele, too.
Because I kind of felt good about it. You know what I mean? Besides the skits, remember last time I had a few Iron Man skits on it and stuff like that. But now they on you now. Like, you really can't really do it. So you gotta just think of okay, which way I'm gonna go. And that was one of the hardest parts I had. Just trying to find a theme behind it. You know what I mean? So it took a while, but I got it. I feel I got it. You know what I mean? But and it's a vibe. When I create albums, I create vibes. So if I could get ahead and hear it all the way through, then I know I'm good. Then I got my mans and my player for, I don't got no yes brothers around me. You know what I mean? So if they yo, nah, Tone, you know what I mean? Then I weigh and judge it and feel like you know what, maybe he's right. I'll tell him yo, what I feel about it, But I make the end decision at the end of the day. So on this project, I just think that we got a good vibe.
Right. Now, how do you navigate the landscape today? How do you like the landscape of music and musicians today? Because you're the guy that drops and it gets out the way. We don't see you literally Ghostface get gone for years, but on tour. Right. So how do you feel about the landscape today of music?
Of music, rap music. I mean, it kind of shifted. To another region, and I get it. You know what I mean? Because nothing stays the same. You sometimes got to adapt to it. But I realized that you just got to do you. You just got to stay in your lane. Just stay right in your lane or whatever. You know what I mean? Because for the people I came up with, you know what I mean? It's like they still there. They still out there. Even though they probably got grandkids and, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. But, this real music still exists out there. You know what I mean? Not trying to take away from what else is going on. But you just got to do you, man. I
feel like with this Supreme Clientele, too, it's not even like you channeling your era. This feel like 86 to 88.
Yeah, because I'm from that era. You know what I mean? So I love that era. You know what I mean? I'm an R&B dude first. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to try to go back and that's what I was telling you, trying to just get a feeling. Then I found it. Then I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me call Ty Boogie. You know what I mean? And get him on just to more create that feeling. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking damn, what I'm gonna go with? I was thinking about a lot of rappers. Even Lauryn Hill. I'm like, damn, she got Miseducation to Lauryn Hill, and this one got that one. I'm looking at 3 Feet High and Rising and all the other stuff. And 25 years from the last time we did Supreme Clientele, it's like, yo, some brothers is dead. You know what I mean? And it was a vibe. It was people don't understand. If you got a baby, you can't create the same baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So fans be thinking that, yo, you gotta really do it, you know what I mean, this. But it's, you first of all, these producers now, they're not making the same beats and stuff that they did before. They caught up in right now. So I had to find a way, and like you said, God's time is the best time. So and that's why we here now.
Were you afraid to call it Supreme? Well, not fear. Fear is not the right word. But did you have any hesitation about calling it Supreme Clientele too? Because that gives a different expectation to the body of work.
Not really. Okay. You know, with me, it's like if I got the beats and I'm focused and I got time, I could do those all day. It's just a matter of the beats that could just drag me in there, because the beats is everything. Every verse I ever thrown, whatever I ever said on the beat, it's like the beat talk to me. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just music. It just talk. Like like when I did All I Got Is You, it just dragged me there. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do when I got it. You know what I mean? I told RZA, yo, I want that. Boom, I took it home and just went another way with it. Just what I felt. And that's with a lot of tracks I make. So but I'm confident in myself that I know that I could do those. I could do those over and over and over again. Just give me some time, and that's it.
You said you sat on records for 19, 20 years.
Yeah.
I can't hear that in the album, though. It doesn't sound dated. It sounds hard.
Right. Like Metaphysics.
Right.
Like the other one I did. That was like 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
It was that. It was 20 years ago. The whole 3 verses was 20 years. Then I got a joint called Candyland that was the same. I just wrote the second verse on that. You know what I mean? And me and Meth got one called You My Friend. That's one of them tearjerker joints. So it's like that's from back then. It's a few of them. Fourth Disciple. Like, you know? Yeah.
When you said that when you hear a beat, it takes you there. So the first time you heard Impossible beat,
right?
What was your energy? Like, what was going on in your world that you just picked that classic verse?
It was the beat. It was the beat. It sounded like it was theatrical. So I'm like, I'm in the studio. We doing forever. So I get up in there and I just heard that beat. And I'm one of them guys that I don't just like a regular beat. For the most, when I'm doing that, I like for the beat to go ahead and just take me within the beat, like break down on certain points, so I can just go ahead and just glide with it and just go right into that pocket, then slip out, and then we go here, like, and that's what it just did to me. But it felt like it talked to me, like, call the ambulance, Jamie been shot. Word to Kimmy, don't go, son. You my heart, like it just had me there. And I think I might have came back the next day and finished it. Because I just wrote a chunk. And then I had to leave it alone. Like, don't touch it no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you come back and get it again.
Why? Because it was too emotional? Or?
It was all that.
Yeah.
It was all that. But you don't want to, when you're dealing with something great and you can feel it, you don't want to just it up. You know what I mean? You just got to like, yo, hold on, just chill. You ain't got to force it. And came back and just finished it off.
Was that based on a true story?
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it. My son's uncle had got shot, I think on around the 4th of July. And I was like, mother came down holding the breast with a gown on and all that. It was like when I was in that pocket, it was like that one was real. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of other stuff I just added behind it, like, you know what I mean? But the cop was real, Officer Low and all this other. Yeah, so, I just like to go places.
Ghostface is here. Charlamagne?
Did you always feel like being emotional was like your superpower? Because especially in hip-hop, people often glorify being like cold and detached and emotionless.
Right.
Did you feel like that was a superpower for you?
Later on, like, even when I hear All I Got Is You, and I spilled that into that like that, a lot of times, I don't even like I never really performed that. Like, I did it for Ja Rule one time, and it was like I had to, like, I told him no, like, you know what I mean? But he was like, yeah, come on, yo. You know what I mean? And I did it though, like, but because it just bring back too much
emotion.
Yeah, of that. But I think but later on, because even God bless the dead Fat Man Scoop, he was like, yo, man, he said, yo, when you did that, he said, yo, Ghost, yo, word to my mother, I cried because that's me. I cried, and I'm like, mad people told me that they cried when they heard that record. So I'm like, it not freaked me out, but it was like I had to look and be like, yo, you making these people out here, like, a tear is literally falling out your face over something that I went like this. Then I start recognizing like what it was, like the gift or what like I don't know, like, you know what I mean? And it just gets deep after a while, like when you think about it, like.
Always wondered how did your family feel about all that I got.
Yeah, man, I don't even know.
You never, like,
I ain't asked him. You know what I mean?
Never asked
him. I just did it because I'm the type that just do music, and like this album, I might even listen to it no more. Like, I don't listen to them. I just do it and get it out the way.
I feel like sometimes you get in there, you mad, you're emotional, the angry, you do it, and then be like, I'm done with this.
I'm done with it.
That's how I feel when I listen to your music.
I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm done with it. Like I gotta hear it over and over and over anyway. But yeah, man, it just be that emotion, man. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? The things I said, especially on that record, it felt like I gave people too much. You know what I mean? Like, too much. But it just came like that. You know what I mean? So it's there. It's out in the world. You can't do nothing about it. Like, yo, but people take it though.
Do you miss the competitive nature of the group, right? When Wu-Tang was rocking and tight, right? If ODB comes with a verse, you'd be like, I gotta eat his verse, or Meth come with a verse, you gotta eat that verse. Do you miss that element of it?
Of course, because even to right now, it's like if we all get in there, it's a challenge. You know what I mean? It's competitive. We all trying to be better than what we want. The best verse. I want it. He wants it. He wants it. So you're around a bunch of dogs in there that just want the same thing. You know what I mean? And I remember back in those days, like, yo, if you couldn't make it, oh, yo, you wasn't getting on. You know what I mean? Brothers would say, like, nah, that's not it. You know what I mean? So we haven't did that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even if it was right now, I know a few brothers will get emotional on something like, yo, what you mean you telling me I can't get on that? You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it was. Like, back then, like, yo, like, even myself, if Genius was on there like that, and him and Deck and them, and it was crazy, I can't touch it. I can't.
Who was that
do
one?
it.
Who was the one that you was like, I gotta eat him? That was always just coming with bars.
Man. God damn.
Pause.
My God.
I'm talking lyrics. I'm talking lyrics.
Nah. I know what you mean. If I could do it, it was everybody. Because you want that number one spot. Like, you know what I mean? But I knew we're not to touch, too. Like, no, Tone, you ain't got it right now. Let that go. And that was it.
What's the one you missed?
Yeah, what record did you hear that on? Like,
what's the one you missed?
I felt like Cream. I always felt like Ghost should have been on Cream.
Not at that time. Not at that time. Nah, they was just him and Deck. Deck had 2 verses, mighty ones, and you know, other one to me was even better than that one. But
really,
yeah, he was saying something. He was really inspected for real.
So what happened with that other verse?
I don't know. I don't even think he put it out yet.
Wow.
I mean, yet, but I don't even think he's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Something with some rubber bands, like wrapped in rubber bands. I gotta ask him about that again. Like, you know what I mean? But what was it again? So
what record did you miss that you felt like, damn, I missed that one?
I mean, even when I did Cuban, you know, but I was on too much. So when Ray did Scarface, when I heard Scarface,
that beat
it
dropped
was
so
like
hard.
It comes on chunky, like yeah. And I was like, because I wasn't there, so I'm like, yo, when did he do that one? Like yeah. But then RZA was like, yo, nah, you just too much. You on too much stuff like that. He needs some solo ones. So that one, and you know, I was there when he did Spot Rushes, whatever the case may be. But yeah, like that. But I know it was mega more tracks though. Like you know what I mean.
What made y'all want to remix Can It Be All So Simple? Always think about that.
I don't know if it was the label or whatever that called for the remix, or maybe RZA. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so yeah, I like that track right there too.
I used to run around just screaming, baggy jeans, wallaby cloths, pretty women, I put it in them, shot up in them, deadly venom.
Word. But yeah, I'm telling you that. And those was the days though. See, I miss those days because when I used to hear like Biggie, Nas, and like it made me want to go right. And I can't even run home to go right no more. You know what I mean? Unless I'm hearing the locks or somebody that I really like, that of my peers that I could, you know, that's getting busy. You know what I mean? But nowadays it's really not like that. So a lot of times I don't even listen. I listen to more R&B than I do rap. You know what I mean? Because it's really not there for me. Like yo, you just do it because you want to do it. Like Brothers Back, like the Mob albums or Nas album drop. It was like, yo, I gotta go right. I miss those days.
I was just going to ask, even when we were talking about the song from 20 years ago, like what does inspire you now? Because you don't really get with a lot of the music now. Rap-wise and R&B wise, though, what do you listen to where you're like, oh, I want to go now that you want to go right after?
R&B?
Yeah, like what R&B songs you listen to?
I mean, you know, you got, I love Stevie. You know what I mean?
So it's still the older R&B. It's nothing
older
new.
R&B. And and the Darnell Joneses and all that, the Jaheems and all that. Like, I'll catch a few bars. When I'm hearing that, I'll just catch bars like yo, and be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do one of these kind of tapes or whatever the case may be, and just get it. Like you know, that's I love that, especially 90s.
What's your favorite feature on an R&B record? Your personal favorite verse you spit on an R&B record?
I never even looked at it like that before.
You never thought about what's your favorite Ghostface verse?
I don't be doing that because people ask me that all the time. Like, yo, what's your favorite? I mean, I got mad records.
Mine is Freaking You remixed with Jodeci.
All right. That was a minute. Yeah.
Ridiculous, man.
You know what? You might be right now that you said it. I'll pick that one.
That was a hard record.
I'll pick that one. But the best one that I had liked was the one I did with Beyonce.
He made Summertime sound grimy.
Yeah.
Summertime is cool, but that Freaking You remix,
different,
man.
Different era.
No, that one that's number one then. That's number one. That's more than Shay Shay to me. You know what I mean? But we was in pocket with that.
Tell me how that record happened.
We was in the studio with those guys.
International stuff.
Yeah, we was in there.
Like y'all knew y'all was gonna do a record up.
Yeah, we was coming in there to do the remix, whatever. You know what I mean? But I know that beat was that chunky though. You know what I mean? When we got in there, and then they just put it on, and it was just crazy in there. They was in here drinking that some red some aftershock. Is this
Red
yeah, aftershock. Some aftershock.
I heard that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Sound like 100 proof.
Sound like you about to shave or some yeah. So I'm like, but they was bent. Ray caught his lines. While he's catching his lines, I'm catching my lines. Long story short, we just went and did it like he did. He laid his, I laid mines, and it just came out the way it just came out.
Hey, yo, sit back, kick your feet up on the glass table, grab the remote, baby, check my on cable. I got the Hey Love album plus Jodeci said, roll it up, the Easy Riders in the ashtray. Full moon, skunk weed up all up in the room. You got the munchies, ice cold milk and Lorna Doones. How you like it, baby? I like it on the sink. You freak me, butt naked in the long mink. Oh my God, man.
Power you warm.
Study Islam, play it off. If my wife calls, you're my cousin Don. That's right. Oh, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, yo, those were those days, yo.
Do you ever look back and really think about and take it all in the success of Wu-Tang, the biggest group, that logo? I mean, we had Pete Davis in here. He has it tattooed on him.
Right.
Y'all
Yeah.
are like superheroes.
But it's not only that.
Right.
It transcends through generations. Yeah. Like, it's not just 50, 60. You got 30, 20-year-old teens that still know that logo and still know y'all as superheroes.
It's in Target,
right.
in Walmart,
Target,
T-shirts.
Like, you ever look back and be like, Jesus, just...
Yeah,
some kids from Staten Island is just it's like we're gonna find a way.
As you get older, it hit you. You know what I mean? I started seeing it like that when I got older. When I was young, you just in the mix. But when you try to put yourself on the outside looking in, it's like, yo, 'cause I didn't know it was gonna be like that. I just knew that we was coming in to do damage. I said, yo, ain't nobody playing with us. Ain't nobody. We just too ill. Like boom. But then after a while, it just turned into some cold. You know what I mean? And then you still hear like I seen a lot of my favorite, like not old, I like saying old school rappers, but you know that you ones you look up to, it's like, yo, we still selling out, like right now. And then my best year with these guys was like the tour that we just did. You know what I mean? It's mad 30-something years later. So, but yeah, nah, it's an amazing, yo, man. And I say to myself, I'm like, yo, like I know there's people that went to the grave with that W.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I be in Australia. One kid pulled down his pants. It was like, yo. His whole thigh was old dirty Bass's face. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo. And I'm like, yo, wow, like, I'm just grateful. I'm just humble to be a part of something that's living. When they said it was forever, and you know, I guess the universe took it like that. Because I'm seeing like 7-year-old kids in the stands. You know what I mean? Little ones, even littler than that, with shirts on. So I'm like, damn, like it's still going. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just here to keep that flag, to raise whatever flag I could raise and just keep the movement going. Like
that's why it's so interesting that you drop a Supreme Clientele 2 at a time like this, because back in 2000 when you dropped Supreme Clientele, there was a lot of people that was like, yo, that saved the Wu-Tang brand in a lot of ways, right? Like really kept that flag held high. Did you feel that pressure when you were making it back then, or you just were in a
nah, we were just zoning out because you know what happened? Remember how I be saying like, yo, Iron Man was like, they only gave me like a few months to get ahead and to do that.
Yeah, you bugging. Every time I hear you say that, I'm like, yo, you bugging. You be like, yo, you didn't like that album.
Because
I'm
you
like,
know why? I just rode all over Cuban Links. I just skated on it. And to get ahead and, you know, I got rushed with a contract. I'm young, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, when you're going to hit me with like $400,000 or $500,000, but I got to hurry up and do it in like 2 months, like 60 days, something like that. It's like I had to make a decision. You know, right then, you know, you be like, hold on, G, but that's that.
Yeah,
is that. I took that. You know what I mean? But I was under press, under the gun. And my best friend he done got caught for something a body that he didn't even commit. It was dark, diabetes is on you. You know what I mean? So it wasn't, you know, it was gloomy for me. Then I'm shooting it out with the Delphonics. It's just bad things going on. You know what I'm saying? It was just mad. It was just crazy. But I got to sit there and try to get this thing done. So it was like, only thing I really liked about it, it was a couple of songs. I put All I Got Is You. You know what I mean? But the album cover was probably the flyest album cover I ever did.
Iron Man was classic. Yeah, though. I don't care what you say. I've heard you say it. I heard you on Drink Champs saying how I'm like, what? Yeah, Iron Man is a classic record. Wildflower, Can Made, Daytona 500. But come on, but God dang.
I get it. But it was just maybe because it was just a spirit. It was kind of like dark and cloudy to me. Like even rap wise, I wasn't really like there with it. I had to hurry up, and I don't like being rushed. So that's why I don't get deadlines no more. from doing music. I don't want no deadline. Like, let me go.
You know, the first time I met Ghost, I was drunk as hell at a party. Some party Wendy Williams was throwing, and I ran up on him outside and started rapping Wildflower.
You started rapping?
You didn't even say hi.
I remember that. Somewhere,
Yo, bitch, I f***ed your friend. Yeah, he stink hoe. I seen her on the elevator. Honey, grab my Kango.
Word. Yeah, and you did tell me back then, like, yo, nigga,
you my favorite rapper ever, man.
Exactly. Nah, I respect that.
Absolutely.
That, King. Nah,
Absolutely.
Word. Because sometimes I write a couple of bars, couple of songs, and I might think of you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder what he gonna think about this. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, that's love right there, though.
And during a recent interview, there was always a rumor in New York that Puff banned y'all from radio. That was like a big rumor for years and years and years.
Right.
And you kind of confirmed that, so that was true.
Yeah.
How you acting like you don't know? You was a DJ.
I didn't work at that during that time. I was doing mixtapes.
Okay.
Yo, nah, cause RZA was telling us, he was like, yo, he said, yeah, Puff admitted to it. Like, they was talking, and I think Riz asked him the question, and Puff agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, cause it was just like after that Hot 97 thing, it just went haywire. Things just went down. Like, it didn't even feel right no more. And if Puff did that, that was a nice chess move. Like, you know what I mean? Because he told RZA, he said, yo, but y'all was just too, like, coming up. You know, hold on, did Dirty do that before that? Or that was after?
Dirty did it
at the Grammys.
He did it.
That was after.
After he did it after.
I mean, that had to be like 98 when Dirty did that.
Yeah, it was after. Yeah, I think it was after.
All right, so we did Forever in 97.
Right.
Yeah, because y'all were nominated for Album of the Year. It was a rap Album of the Year. No Way Out, Life After Death, Wu-Tang Forever. I forgot what else was in that category.
Right. So yeah, so he was like, yo, he said something like, yo, Puff was like saying like, yo, y'all was, I guess we was just competition. You know what I mean? And yeah, and it just was on that time right there. So they banned us. I guess we should have just stayed on with Rage Against the Machine.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
How did that make y'all feel back then when you saw, like, even now, but when you saw all of those white people embrace Wu-Tang? Y'all was so pro-black.
Still now, though.
So militant.
To this day.
You know what I mean? But white people loved Wu-Tang.
They started coming. I don't know. I think about that, and I just think that might have been the knowledge we was. I mean, first of all, you got 9 members. We up there like Earth, Wind, and Fire, man. Everybody is just different, unique in their own way, and I don't think they probably ever seen nothing like that. It didn't. Especially when you got brothers speaking the truth, and you know, like people, when you hear the truth, you become attracted to that, like, you know what I mean, and everything else. So I think it's a few things that got the whole world just to come in, not just blacks, Latinos and stuff like that. So yeah, man, and it's funny because when we go overseas, it's like mania, like, like you get more. I say more love, but it just feels like they just on it. Yeah.
Well, Ghost got to go.
Hold on, if Ghost never picked up a microphone, where do you think Dennis Coles would be right now?
Man, don't say that. It probably wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. Because we was out there doing it. We was out there still, you know. I mean, RZA had to tell me like, yo, listen, man, you can't mix pork with beef, bro. You know what I mean? I'm hearing what you're doing at this, whatever. And I had to make a decision. You know what I mean? So that route that I was in, it was it was either in jail, dead somewhere, or whatever the streets would have been calling for. That's what it would have been.
Well, let's get into a joint off the album. What you want to hear, Go?
You want to do the joint with Meth?
I forget. Do that then. Do the joint with Meth. You know what I mean? Do that then.
All right. Well, let's get into it now.
Oh, you got to hear the pause skit too on Ghost album.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Now because man, the pauses is like, yo, I be getting hit with the pause like everybody pausing me. Like, you know, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I talk, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know, like I said, when I told y'all blow your head off. Yo,
pause.
Yeah. It's like, but I'm serious. But it's like, you know what I mean? But it's like, say pause on that. You know what I mean? But yo, it got, the pause game is too much right now. I don't even think I ever told somebody pause. Like, pause. Yo. You know what I mean? But y'all be going at it all the time with the pause. I be like, yo, he crazy, man. Yeah, man, I can't write my rhymes like, you know what I mean? Without the engineer telling me, because he's younger than me. Yo, I don't think that's a good, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I mean, what you talking about? You don't mean that's good. This is my shit. I'm talking like this. yo, but you know this. Then he got me thinking, you know what I mean? So now I gotta change it up. Like, I'm not used to that, yo.
Nah, the dude on the skit said, nah, we let you live for a long time. You know, back in the day, you said, yo, we eat fish and toss salads.
Make rap ballads? He's like, yo, what the I said, yo, you know what I mean? That's a fresh salad. It's a fresh salad. You know, we called tossed salads back then fresh, yo, but yeah, I mean, I'm a jam. This now and the third. What does salad got to do with ass? What you got to do with ass? What you got to do with ass? And just continue from right there, though. But yo, man, nah, it's the game is crazy, man.
We appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, man.
The album is out right now.
Yeah.
Supreme Clientele 2.
It's Ghostface Killah. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
That's right, Eli.
Visiting every day.
You ain't never heard rap like this in your mother effing life. Drake could never, Eli. Talking to OVO Eli.
And this is your favorite rapper. You was having so much fun in that interview.
That's right.
I just heard the smiling through the radio.
He was bricked up.
I could tell.
That's
why
right.
you gotta be bricked up?
So
Why can't you just celebrate a person, man? Like, yes, that's a rap superhero to me.
He was bricked up. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
That's just disgusting.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets to be somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
LL Cool Bay.
Hey, good morning again. So Offset, talking about Drake. You were just talking about Drake. Offset was on the Full Send podcast, which is the podcast by the Nelk Boys, and he was talking about a lot of things because, you know, Kiara just dropped his new album. And he was talking about the relationship with Drake because Drake supported the Migos so much in the early days of their career.
Sure did.
Let's take a listen to Offset.
You've done a few other songs with Drake, right? No Complaints.
No Complaints.
That's a banger.
Came through for me on that one. That's my dog. Drake.
Have you been in the studio with him?
Yeah.
How many songs did like Migos and you have with Drake total? So many, right?
5 or 6.
Has he always showed love to you guys?
Always show love. I always pull up to the video shoots, all that. Don't make it a hassle. Don't be charging nothing. Even we was little, like, didn't charge, didn't like, because a lot of artists his size will bully the record, be like, I'm gonna do it, but I want all the publishing, all the, he ain't do none of that equal splits.
That's love that.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, Drake spent one of his best verses ever on the Migos record. That the Versace. Absolutely.
After you got Walking Like I Talk.
I love Walking Like I Talk.
Yeah, like, but to know that, you know, I mean,
but I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
to do that
in front of this, on the scene, it looks like Drake supports the artist. Especially, he did that with Lil Baby too. Remember, he took Lil Baby on the tour.
Lil Baby. He does that with a lot of artists.
Yeah, but then
with the Migos, they had the Aubrey and the Three Migos tour.
Yes, and they had the tour as well. But to know behind the scenes, he's also supportive as well because you know the business is where it matters.
Versace was early on. It was one of the reasons why it crossed over like it did.
And you never hear of somebody like that big as Drake not charging for features.
Yeah, or just
so the fact that he's never charged them, then also they're entitled to 50% of whatever, you know, what is it, whatever they publishing, you know, from the records. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's fire.
And Drake does that with a lot of artists. So like he did that with Fetty Wap, he did that with a lot of artists that's just coming out. He takes their career and gives it a boost.
Yeah, he runs to Atlanta when he needs a check balance. That's what Kendrick said.
Y'all saw it. He came. Kendrick
into that one though. That
Kendrick
was crazy.
came out with the clips in LA on their tour stop in LA.
Did
y'all see the video?
Oh, that's dope. No,
yes,
I see that.
Yes. We have audio from it. Let's take a listen to Kendrick. Just the crowd reaction to Kendrick coming out with the clips in LA.
That's all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you hear all that love out there?
And it was a surprise too. No one knew that he was coming out. And then he ended his part of the song by saying he was going to go back out into the stands to watch the show as well. So you know, it's a good little surprise if you in LA.
And that's one of the best songs on the Clips album for me. I love that. I love the whole album. I'm still listening to it actually.
I love the whole album too. Now, last little Drake thing here. So you guys know Bryson Tiller has been releasing music as well.
Yes.
So Bryson Tiller, to me, I think he's an amazing artist, but I think that the industry, he is tired of it. And he sat down for an interview. He talked a bit about not wanting to do this anymore. Let's take a listen to Bryson.
I really only do it to feed my family and take care of people, bro. You know, like being an artist right now. And it took me a long time to really get my money right and figure shit out and how now I'm straight and my family's straight. But for a minute, I was like really struggling there, like trying to get it back and figure out what the hell I was going to do. You know, if I could, you know, somebody called me, if Drake called me tomorrow and said, hey, bro, like, just write for me for the rest of, you know, whoever, Chris, just write for me or all these people, like, I would stop being an artist right away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working on the game right now. I've been studying game design for like 5 years. Granted, I'm not doing it really for the money, but like the moment I have some success in something else that can feed my family the same way I'm feeding my family right now and take care of the people, I'm done being an artist, you know, just because, like, why?
I'm not shocked. Yeah, I'm not shocked that he felt that way and spoke on it, because when he was up here not too long ago, I think it was beginning of this year. He sounded the same.
I just hate to hear artists that are so talented sound like that.
But he doesn't. Like, if you talk to him and you see him, you could tell he really necessarily doesn't want to be a star.
Very much so.
He doesn't really want to perform. He just likes doing his music and going back in the hole and chilling. But
and there's also nothing wrong with having an end game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't do this forever.
Right.
Like, I mean, you can. But that doesn't mean you necessarily want to. And, you know, he wants to make video games, I believe it is.
Yeah, he said...
He talked about that up here, too, when he was up here.
Yeah, he's been talking a lot about that. He said he's going through the process of learning how to design them, and that might be his exit strategy.
Yep.
Which I'm not mad at, but I just think he's so talented. It just seemed...
I know, right?
I feel like sometimes when you want something and when you get it, it's like it exhausts you so much. Because he also talked about, like, wanting to work with people and reaching out to them and people just not responding and him feeling like, yo, what the heck is going on? But people were supportive when he was on his way up. Now...
Okay. Go ahead. No. I was gonna make mention when he was up here, like his first album, The One, right? But hearing him sit in my face and say he ain't even like it, like he was down about it, and his whole thing, he never said that he enjoyed doing music at all, and he just said, to his point when he was up here at the Breakfast Club, that he was doing it for his family. Now he got his bread up, he straight his family good. He'd be all right if he never had to make another album ever.
Another Drake mention though. I love.
Damn.
No, we're done. I'm just saying Bryson mentioned Drake.
I was about to say, okay, OVO Lauren.
No.
Let's make sure we play Not Like Us after
OVO Lolo.
Why he shoot at? Did you ever find out what happened? Why he shoot at Rob Markman like that? Drake.
Oh, I have no idea.
There was a clip going around of Rob Markman and Tory Lanez, and they're like in the interview, and Tory Lanez is rapping Lil Wayne, and he asked Rob Markman to finish it, and Rob Markman doesn't finish it, and Drake came under and was like, of course he wasn't going to finish it, and called him a goof, and I'm like,
oh my god.
And Rob Markman said, well, I would respond back, but you would sue.
Damn.
I'm like, what is happening right now? What is
shuts
going
you down.
It's
just
so much back and forth in hip hop.
Little social media shots. You know how people do.
And good news though, y'all. Messy Vision has sold out of 4 collections thanks to the Breakfast Club listeners. We got a few more.
What's that? What you got on now?
These are called the Joey. These are the ones that I gave Sierra and Russell Wilson last week. Yep, the his and hers. They actually dropped this Wednesday, so make sure you have your promo code ready, because they're also going to be 20% off using the code CC. Okay, CICI. Also download that album because it's definitely dope.
I want the roller coasters. When you gonna bring me?
What is that? What is that?
The roller coasters.
They call it the Infinities. And Cynthia Erivo wore those in the movie Wicked too, y'all. So
she had no glasses on.
She did.
She did. She had those round glasses. She didn't have those on, but she had the round glasses.
Messy Vision with the prescriptions because he didn't see her with the glasses.
Exactly.
Now she had it.
I want the ones that got the roller coaster in the middle.
Yin and yang with the black and white.
Yes.
Yeah.
They 20% off too, y'all. So make sure you use your promo code. What's the promo code, Charlamagne, if you know? Wake.
20% off?
No, that's what you get 20% off if you use the promo code WAKE.
Wake.
MessyVisionEyewear.com. Thank y'all.
These are CC. Those are Wake.
These are the Joeys.
The Joeys.
The promo code for
is
these
CC.
when they drop Wednesday is CC because Sierra was the first one with these. So.
Y'all are horrible students.
Period. I'm going to talk to you after because he's sitting there looking stupid. I can't understand.
First of all, I'm not looking.
He's heard that before. He's heard that before in class. We'll talk to you after.
Listening with
Put your hand down. We'll talk to you after class.
I'm listening. I'm taking it all in.
We give you a donkey too, man.
Listen, 4 after the hour, man. The serial seat sniffer is back at it, man. We need Khalees Crowder to come to the front of the congregation. This man is still out here sniffing asses. He ain't got no business sniffing.
I bet he can't say that quick. What'd you say? The serial sniffer?
Serial meat sniffer. Okay, we will discuss.
Spit all on that.
That's how it sounds when your wig be slipping off. All right.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
With the donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
There's a bunch of donkeys around here.
With the hee-haw.
Yes, you are a donkey.
What the hell? What the hell?
What more do you need, you donkey? Some donkey todays just sell themselves.
Charlamagne, give it to him. Breakfast Club all day. Give it to him.
Oh, man, Charlamagne. Who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Well, Rob 49, Donkey of the Day for Monday, August 25th goes to a 38-year-old California man named Khalees Karen Crowder. Now, you might remember that name because I just gave him Donkey of the Day a couple of weeks ago for being a serial sniffer of seats. Okay, by the way, when I say seats, I mean actual asses, okay? Buttocks, the butt, behind, rear end, the backside, the doo-doo maker. See, the reason I'm stressing that is because y'all get online and say, Charlamagne, I know you're not talking. You sniffed someone's seat. Yes, I did, an actual seat. Okay, Jennifer Lopez came to the Breakfast Club once, way back in the day, and I sniffed the chair she was sitting in. And people think that's the same as Khalees Karen Crowder walking up behind women and sticking his nose in Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. You think that's the same thing until you realize Dr. Umar and Jennifer Lopez sat in that chair on the same day. But let's stick to the matter at hand. Let's stick to the matter at hand. Okay, Khalees Crowder, all right, the butt sniffing bandit has once again been arrested for smelling that rump roast that was cooking in the oven. Okay, this man was arrested for the same crime less than a month ago. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to ABC 7 Eyewitness News for the report, please.
To a disturbing story of a registered sex offender who has been arrested again. He made headlines for sniffing women in the past. 38-year-old Khalees Crowder was rearrested Wednesday after reports of yet another sniffing incident at a Walgreens in Burbank. This is video of prior incidents. You can see him coming up behind that woman. Crowder was already on parole and has a documented history of similar arrests for lewd conduct in both Glendale and Burbank, dating back to 2021. Crowder has been charged with a felony and is now being held without bail.
This man was allegedly caught inhaling the aroma of anus again. Okay, this man allegedly was sniffing a woman's bunkie at a Walgreens in Burbank, and then this man got arrested for the exact same thing on July 22nd. He was in Nordstrom's, indulging in the fragrance of Dookie and Gabbana. Light brown. Light brown, too, by the way. Okay, what's funny about this story is the way police describe it. Okay, they say while in the women's section, the suspect was observed following a female customer, crouching near her and engaging in lewd behavior by inappropriately sniffing her buttocks. Now, I could be wrong, but is there an appropriate way to do it that I don't know about? I don't think there is an appropriate way to walk up to women in a department store and sniff their cake factory. Now, he's already a registered sex offender with a documented history of similar arrests for lewd conduct dating back to 2021. You just heard that in the news report. He's been charged with one count of loitering with intent to commit a crime, and his bail has been set at $100,000. So at some point, he gonna get out. We have to decide as a society who we keeping and who we deporting. Okay, this man clearly needs some form of rehabilitation, but how do you rehabilitate someone for being the Lord of the stench rings? Okay, how do you get someone help for being the Duke of Dingleberries? Okay, he is the Prince of Poot Sniffers. Is there a class you can take for that? I want doctors to start examining his brain now. Why is he wired like this? Okay, in French, they say he likes to smell of eau d'ass. Which that translates to fragrance of feces. Okay?
All the ass.
Yes. Cologne de cologne. Okay? Cologne de colon. Colon. Yes. How do you rehabilitate a man for that? Okay, you don't. This is a different type of crack addiction. All right? There's plenty of rehabs for fried cocaine, but there's no rehab for Colonel Crack Whiff. So I really don't know what you do with this person other than maybe try the mirror effect. Law 44 and the 48 Laws of Power. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Okay, that's what Gavin Newsom is currently doing to Trump. You can neutralize an opponent's impact by doing what they do. So maybe law enforcement needs to hire some of those freaky ass inmates to start coming up behind Khalees while he's locked up and have them sniff his musty muffler. Okay, how would you like it when someone got their nose in your funk trunk? Okay, it's all fun and games until people are sticking their nose in your business, and by business, I mean your fecal fragrance factory, aka your bunkie. Please give Khalees Crowder the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day.
Hey, yo, Dookie and Gabbana is funny.
Light brown.
Yo, people don't really understand. Like, people be sleeping on the hilarity of that word. Dookie, yo. Dookie is crazy, yo.
Dookie is... telling somebody they smell like Dookie is like, damn.
Yes. Oh, my God, yo.
Dookie's a different stench.
And what was that accent? That was not French.
What was it?
You sounded like you was trying to be African.
But that's only because I had just finished watching Family Feud Ghana. I was showing you.
You're a clown.
Sorry.
You're a clown. No, because that was far from French. I'm like, how you go straight to Ghana? You talking about this man was French.
That's crazy. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Oda us.
All right. Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Now, this morning during Front Page News, we talked about Trump sending out the National Guard to different cities, right? And we were talking about data and we were talking about feeling.
Yeah, and I was asking a question. I was asking, what matters more, data or feelings? Because the data says that crime was dropping in D.C. The data says crime has been dropping in Baltimore. Murders are significantly down in Baltimore, according to the data. But then you talk to some people on the street, and they'd be like, no, things are bad here. Right. So what matters more, feelings or data?
Right, and the same thing with here in New York City. They say crime is bad, but you hear about like 5 people got...
No, you said crime is down.
Crime is down, right. I said crime is bad. Crime is down. But here in New York City, 5 people got shot over the weekend. And we hear about that deadly club shooting a couple days ago. Then there was a shooting in Times Square. It seems like it's not down. I don't know where the data doesn't feel right, because here it doesn't feel safe.
Yeah, and data's never going to work for people if they don't feel it.
Correct.
Data only works when you actually feel it. Like, you can tell people, like I said earlier, you can be 500 pounds and lose 200, but you're still fat.
You're still big. You're still obese, yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
So 800-585-1051.
That's why I just got in trouble with a fat girl.
What? Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh,
you
my
sure
gosh.
did.
That's what I'm saying. Stop using communities for metaphors. Go ahead.
Would you want Trump to send the National Guard to your city to clean your city up?
No.
That is the question. 800-585-1051. A lot of people feel like, my city's effed up. We need to clean it up. There's too much crime. There's stolen cars. They're running in people's houses. There's too many robberies. I can't go to the local pharmacy because everything's behind a box or a glass, and I got to find somebody in the front to open up the glass just to get deodorant. So we're asking 800-585-1051. Would you want Trump to send the National Guard to your city? Let's discuss this. The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we were having this conversation during Front Page News where Trump is deploying some of the National Guards to different cities, and we're asking 800-585-1051. Would you want this to happen to your city? Is your city bad? Do you not feel like your city's cleaned up? Is it too much crime? Do you feel like this will help?
No, I would not. And I'm tired of governments not giving communities the resources they need to thrive. And then when those communities resort to crime, because poverty and crime go hand in hand, they get tough on the crime. And when you have these private prisons, and prison being the big business it is, you realize why there's no real incentive to actually help these communities, because you know these folks need to fill these prisons up. But if you really cared about stopping crime, you would make targeted investments into youth mentorship and development programs, job training and employment opportunities. You'd provide mental health and trauma support. You would have after school and academic support. You would actually try to help these people. So no, I would not want the National Guard in my city.
What do you think?
Well, see, I don't live in Baltimore. I'm from there, so I can't really speak to what the people do feel versus the data. You feel me? But I would not want Trump to do it the way he's doing it. I think, for crime to be there, any city will want, somebody to come in and clean up their city, as it relates to crime and homelessness and things like that. However, the way he's doing it is horrendous. You know what I mean? So no.
And it's not actually cleaning anything up. It's literally like putting deodorant on after you just finished playing basketball or just finished working out. But no, you need to go wash your ass.
Yeah.
You got to get to the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem is these people have nothing to do in these communities. Like, they're not investing in they're not making strategic, targeted investments into actually fixing up the community.
Yeah, I'm with you. The National Guard, it just doesn't feel right. Even when you see military out on the street, it makes you feel makes you more fearful and scared than anything else.
Yeah.
Like you said, we need to get to the root of the problem and find out what's going on in these cities. And if it means we have to do more programs, let's do more programs. If it means we have to do more this or more that, but having the National Guard out there with machine guns and things like that, and tanks driving through, nah,
because that's not their job,
that.
Right? They don't do that. National Guard, they don't clean up homelessness and crime and stuff like that. That's like what they not. No, I'm asking y'all. That's not what they supposed to do, right?
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, they are called when things get out of hand.
Right, that's what I thought.
But not for just to do straight up and down police work. No. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Rico from Hollywood, Florida, man.
Rico from Florida.
Up, Rico?
What's up? Talk to us. What's your thoughts?
I don't mind them bringing in the National Guard or whatever, but they need to also focus on the police organizations too, because they talk about all the data with the crime up and down in the streets. What about within the police organizations? They have crime all the time, and you got these police officers abusing their power. The people see that, and one thing leads to another, and nobody cares about anybody. So they're going to go rob something. They're going to go, do something they ain't supposed to do. They see the people that's supposed to be protecting them doing that to them.
And what's so crazy? I always talk about all of this money, all of this billions of dollars that goes to some of these police departments. Put that money into the actual police officers' pockets. You know what I mean? Put that into actually, making sure the police officers got their proper, mental health care as well. Right. Because I think that's one of the issues too. Like this dude said, number one, you can be a police officer that got some mental health issues, right? And you got to go into the community and deal with, people telling you to suck their D all day long and blah, blah, blah. And you got a gun. At some point, you're going to get frustrated and take out that pain you feeling on somebody else.
But like you said, it's kind of like civil servants, right? You look at teachers, you look at police officers. Most police officers, once they get to that age where they can retire, they out. They're out. Because they're not making a lot of money. And like you said, to get people screaming in your face all day long and giving you the middle finger and all these things, nah, you want to be out. And then what do they usually do? They usually do private security when they leave. Yeah. And they get paid triple than what they paid on the job. So, yeah, I get it. Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, what's your name, mama?
Hey, it's Cheese.
Hey, Cheese. Talk to us, Cheese.
It's Cheese. Hey, y'all. Oh, my God. I love when I make it through. I don't always make it through, but I'm glad I made it through.
Well, we happy when you get through, boo.
Yes,
Cheese. Good morning. Talk to us, Cheese.
Oh, thank you, Charlamagne. Oh, I love hearing y'all voice. Look at that. But I know in the beginning, you guys were talking about the data and everything, and I want to make sure I stay to y'all topic. But I'm a financial analyst, but I come from a data analyst background. So I always lean on data, but I also know that data is only as strong as like the process behind it. So it has to be clean, it has to be consistent and collected the right way to really be trustworthy. Now, when it comes to the president that's stepping in to regulate the states, I personally think that's an oversight. Just like in any job or organization, there's a hierarchy in place for a reason. And when you bypass that, you create confusion and tension. And obviously we know that God is not the author of confusion, so it's giving devil. So, yeah, I believe in the data. But I also believe in respecting the structure of power that keeps everything balanced.
The only thing with the data, Chi, is sometimes they mess with that data, right? So they'll be like, okay, well, murders are down, you know what I mean, but shootings up, you know what I mean, or they'll be like, well, manslaughter's down. Like they play with it a lot of times when you hear certain when they're very, very particular with things.
And by the way, two things can be true, like crime can be down, but that don't mean it's safe,
right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. Like when they scream these crime statistics to us, they tell us crime is down. That don't mean it's safe, my brother.
Yeah, right.
That's all.
Now, if you're just joining us, we're asking about cleaning up different cities. Now, this conversation came from Donald Trump sending the National Guard out to D.C. and said he's going to send it out to a couple of cities. And we're asking, do you feel comfortable about this? Do you feel like it's cleaning up your city? What is your thoughts? Hello, who's this?
What's up? My name is Bass. Like baseball.
Ain't nobody calling you that. Ain't no grown man ever going to call you Bass. Don't nobody call you Bass.
Everybody calls that Charlamagne.
Where at? Where you at? Where you live at right now?
I live in Colorado. I'm originally from Denmark, South Carolina. My dad from North Charleston, South Carolina.
Geechee all day. But you telling me that there's grown men that be saying, Bae, what's up, Bae?
Bass. He said baseball. Not
Bass. Bass. I thought you said Bae. Oh, my fault. Hey, my bad, bro. My bad.
I ain't no power bottom like Envy.
Damn.
I am not a power bottom.
Yes,
sir.
you are.
Hang up on your ass.
And if I was gay, I'd be a power top.
Period. Doing the Benson. Yeah.
Charlamagne's the only bottom up in here. But go talk to us, brother.
I'm from Denmark, South Carolina. We've been having bad water like Flint. He can't come into the city for real and do anything. Just send us some new pipes.
Send them some new pipes.
Yeah, but you know what's so crazy? Denmark has had that water for years, brother. So like that.
Yeah. Since I've been at elementary school.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm 29 years old now.
We be having these conversations about the people who be having dirty water, whether it's Flint, Michigan, or Denmark, South Carolina, Alabama. Like that has been going on through the Republican administrations, Democrat administrations. Like they just don't be caring about us.
Yeah. I just spring every weekend just to go get jugs of water and everything because we got to boil our water on the stove top.
Come on now.
It comes out the same brown.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Now think about that, right?
Yeah, what's up?
A brother like you grew up with dirty water, right? Mm-hmm. So that's infrastructure issues,
right.
And you probably came from poor and disenfranchised area. Mm-hmm. How easy is it to resort to crime when you're in those conditions?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Oh, very, very. Denmark, it's not nothing going on. In South Carolina, period, there's not a lot of programs for like people like coming up, like to do and whatnot. Like a lot of us kind of resort to, like I read your book, to sitting up under the tree, like become one of those guys sitting up under the tree drinking. That's pretty much the same thing people resort to.
That's
like
right.
You got like one warehouse in Orangeburg, South Carolina that everybody that I went to high school go work at. So it's like it's nothing in place to help nobody or for nobody to get ahead. You know what I'm saying?
You're
so
absolutely right.
So people still struggling making like $9 to $12 an hour and trying to take care of their kids and their household.
And this is what thank you, brother. And this is what I'm talking about. There's no real incentive to actually help these communities because they know that prisons are big business, especially when they're private prisons. And if they really cared about stopping crime, you would make targeted investments into job training and employment opportunities. You would make targeted investments into mental health and trauma support. You would have youth mentorship programs and development programs. They don't really want to fix the problem.
We got Eric on the line. Eric, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us, Eric. What's your thoughts?
I definitely think people want the military to come into a city to help. The military doesn't have the same rules as regular police. So when they do things that people don't want, then the complaint will be now get the military just as it is in D.C. right now. What we should be scared of is definitely no rules are being followed.
None.
The Constitution is thrown to the side, and police are doing whatever they want right now.
All right. Well, thank you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, what's the moral of the story if there is a moral?
The moral of the story is no, I do not want the military in our communities, okay? I'm tired of governments not giving communities the resources they need to thrive. Simple as that. Like, they don't want to fix the problem. They want to weaponize the military against poverty. If you really, really want to fix crime in these cities, then go to the root cause of that crime, which is poverty, which is lack of opportunity, which is lack of resources. Make targeted investments into things that matter. Youth mentorship and development programs, trade schools, job training, employment opportunities, mental health and trauma support, after school programs, academic support, community centers. Give people something to do. That's how you reduce crime.
And you can do that with the money, some of the money that they're paying the National Guard. Aren't they paying like $1 million a day? I think I just heard something like that's like over $1 million a day for them to go to these cities and do what they do.
That's right. And that's why, that's why I hate the term defund the police because they demonize it so much. Mm-hmm. But all they're simply saying is reallocate some of those resources, those billions of dollars you giving these police departments, and put them back in the communities.
Right.
I think you should put them back in the communities, and you should put them back in the police officers' pockets. Pay police officers more money. Can you imagine if officers were making $250,000 a year, the level of officer you would have now? You know how serious they would take their job?
You would start seeing them walk around communities again. Remember, I don't know if y'all, but in Baltimore, we used to see that. Like, officers used to walk around the communities asking, was everything okay? Or, we would have friendly officers that did that.
Yeah, they didn't walk around in Queens. They would drive around in Queens, but you would see more officers.
You'll say, no, you ain't gonna catch no cops on foot in Queens.
They ain't walking around in Queens, but they would drive around all the time, the 103rd and 105th precinct.
I remember that.
But, yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm with you. I think officers should get paid a lot more money.
Yes.
And I don't like the term defund the police either, but what I would say is if they got so much money, put money into these different programs. Make sure the officers are feeling like they can feed their families and like they want to go to work. All right, well, we got the latest with Loren coming up, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
All right, y'all. So this actually happened a few days ago, but I haven't seen anybody talking about it, so I wanted to make sure that we did, because we did the story up here about Jeezy and the Uber driver.
Yes.
So Jeezy actually move forward with that. And there was a partnership that he did with Uber following that viral moment. Let's take a listen to Jeezy.
I just had an interesting call with Uber. I know you guys heard about my adventure to Baltimore the other week for my tour date. Shout out to B-More. Tanner, you a legend. With that being said, I'm teaming up with Uber, and we're giving away rides to 101 people in need. Could be single mothers, college kids, young entrepreneurs, what have you. I'm teaming up with Uber, so we're going to give 101 people in need rides. So y'all look out for that. Shout out to Uber. Shout out to Tanner. You're a legend, baby. God is good, baby.
Period.
That's dope.
Yeah, really, really smart.
Dropping the clues bomb for Jeezy.
As well.
Really dope.
For seeing what happened, and knowing kind of when to come in on the moment and doing the 101. 101, I thought that was fire.
Hell yeah, because we get callers that call up here all the time about how expensive Lyft and Uber is and all of that. Yeah, I just paid $533 to come up here yesterday.
$533 what?
$533 to come up here in Uber yesterday.
Yeah, and when you do
I had to be in studio. Yeah,
and when you do the longer distances, you got to call certain cars because they won't go certain distances, especially when you're going state to state, even Jersey to New York.
And listen, not Uber, Lyft. I wrote Lyft, and Lyft Black, it was $10.65. I said I won't. Me and a regular person gonna be chilling.
Why they got segregated cars?
No, it's not even
black
that.
car.
Black car is just like, you ride presidential style. It's more space. It's more amenities.
No.
He tried it. Segregated cars. A clown.
If Lyft White cheaper, you would have got Lyft White. But they'd have left your black ass on that curb as soon as they saw you. Hi, this is Jessica.
That's crazy.
Shut up.
God.
That's a lot of money, $535.
It is, man. It is.
She had to get back here, though.
Had to get up here to be with y'all.
Because to be honest, with the train, everything's expensive now. Because if you did the train, sometimes the train tickets just coming one way be like $200.
Yeah. But I like to ride a Seller, the bullet train. That's $100 extra. So that they be $339, $340.
Things are expensive. Tariffs got the price of everything up. You see, Lauren don't even wear wigs no more.
First of all, I just took out my sewing like 3 days ago.
Continue on, Lauren.
My hair looks so good. Like
ignore him.
Yes, like he just love being. Where am I going next?
The people love the bob on her, and that's why she got it. And don't come for her. You even like the bob. You said it. Damn.
Lauren, continue on.
I will continue. Now you want to read. You done read that book 4 times.
I read it book 4 times.
Okay, yes. So in other music news, I actually, I was really sad to see that this happened. So Big X the Plug, he's been on such a great rollout for his new music. You laughing at him reading?
Yeah, he really did not shut the book yet. But anyway, Big X the Plug.
Big X the Plug. So he's been on such a great rollout because he has his new project, I Hope You're Happy, which dropped in... He's been everywhere. He's been talking a lot about his life, and you've been getting to know him as an artist. Last Friday, there was a story that broke that he had been arrested. He was pulled over in a car because it didn't have like a front license plate, and they found like weed in the car, and there was a firearm found in the car as well. Now he was bailed out later that day, and there was like reporters outside of the outside of the jail trying to get just a comment from him, and he just plugging the album, plugging the project or whatever. But when I saw this news, I was so upset because I'm like, man, he's been on such a good, like I feel like people are finally getting to know him.
I ain't never heard you mention Big X the Plug up here until just now talking about that man getting caught with a gun.
That's a lie. I have text because I've been trying to get him up here for months. He actually reached out a long time ago.
When did his album drop?
His album dropped last week. I believe it was last Friday.
Why you ain't talk about it?
I was trying to get him up here. But I reached out again.
Talk about him getting the
I reached out again to get him back up here, and I will say when he did reach out to come up here, it didn't work out, and I was brought in to try and make it work out. I've been a Big X the Plug supporter. I don't know. He's gonna say drop. I like him. I like his story.
We was on vacation when he tried to come up here because I remember when he tried to come up here because I think he was doing things in the city. We were on vacation.
Yeah.
But I seen an interview that he did where he said he didn't write The Biggest. He said one of his artists wrote it and he didn't even like it and it just took off.
Wow.
Yes, and he also talks about
crazy.
One of the reasons too why I was so sad is because I saw an interview he did with Popcast, and he was talking about how like he's been, going through things in his life like this, and one of the biggest things that motivated him to stay away from all the trouble was his son and being away from his son. His son has autism, and being a dad, taking care of his son with autism has motivated him or whatever. So yes, I was sad to see this, but shout out to Brandon, my homeboy, because we have been trying to figure it out since that time when he was trying to come up here. Period. You got something else to say?
No, but you need to have something else to say when it comes to these artists, and stop just bringing up their stuff when they do something wrong.
I don't just bring up people's stuff when they do something wrong.
I didn't even know his album came out last week.
I didn't know either.
But if Loren would have put it in the latest, I might have known. But now I know he got a gun charge.
Oh my God!
I know that
because that's the latest news.
Exactly. Like I don't know what you want me to do. The news is out there. I got to talk about it.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren.
And I want to salute the good brothers Rashad and Troy from Earn Your Leisure, man. Dropping the clues bombs for Rashad and Troy. Earn Your Leisure.
InvestFest.
I was at InvestFest this weekend. I think every black person should go to InvestFest at least once. Okay, what they have built with InvestFest should be celebrated. A weekend of black people coming together to discuss financial literacy and business. Myself and the good brother Steve Harvey, salute to Unc. We had a panel together, and I just love what Earn Your Leisure has created, man. A safe space for people to come together and just learn.
Absolutely.
That's it. And it's a whole weekend. I don't know why I didn't realize it was a whole weekend.
Yeah, this is their fourth year, fifth year? Fourth year?
I think this
Fourth or fifth.
I think this is the fifth year.
Fifth year. So salute to InvestFest.
It was a really, 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 really special event. Man.
That's right.
That's what's up. Every time I see those guys, they drop some knowledge about investments and stuff. So that's what's up.
That's right. All right. Well, People's Choice mixes up next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ, Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Salute to everybody in Virginia. The 757 this weekend. I'm gonna be out there for Pusha T and Families and Antonio's Cousins Festival, which goes down this Saturday. So I will see you. They got Jeezy performing. They got T-Pain performing. And Little Kim. I'll be DJing. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's my fam. So I gotta go support fam, and I'll be there Friday and Saturday. Friday, if you're around,
I'm gonna be there the whole weekend. It's only 2 hours away from the house.
I'm doing Juan's Mexican Cafe Friday.
Why are you telling me that? That's not going to be at the Cousins Festival. You just want to chill with some Mexicans outside of that.
This is disgusting. He want Chris and his family to come hold him down.
All you got to do is ask, yo, why is he trying to throw the subliminals?
You sure Chris don't know one? You know what I'm saying?
You're a clown, yo, but I will be at the Cousins Festival as well.
Okay.
And I just want to give a big shout out to FTK Events, man. FTK Connect. That is my Nigerian event planner. I love her. She did Marley's first birthday party. What was that? Don't do that. She did. She's responsible for all the decorations and everything. I want to give a big shout out to Candy Carnival. They had the ice cream, the popcorn, like snow cones, all of that. For my daughter's birthday party. But it was a lit time. My photographer, Photomatic, and videography, Tia Reed, everybody, man, they just came. It was so lit. My family, my husband's family came out. Marley, man, she survived the whole party. You know, I have a baby, a 1-year-old, they got their nap time. My baby was up the whole time. It was lit. We had the music. I was on the music. I did my thing.
Music? Okay.
Yeah. So it was a great first birthday party. It also reminded me, like, when you have events at your house, people think they can stay past the time that the party supposed to end. I put so many people up out that damn house.
I gotta put the baby to sleep.
Man, that's what my husband did. That's what Chris was like. All right, that was his warning. All right, I'm about to put my baby to sleep. Here go Rome. All right, we be down here when you get back. Yo, yeah, go ahead and put her up because we about to watch. No, get out.
Oh, Rome was there too?
With all the kids, yes.
I know Marley be so confused. Marley's like, look here, man. Marley like, over here they doing the electric slide and pulling out fans, talking about boots on the ground. Over here they la bumba.
Shut up. But it was fun.
I don't think La La Bumba is Mexican.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No.
I don't think that's Mexican.
Oh.
No, they did not do that, clown. But either way, it was fun. It was a nice mix and mingle of black and Mexican family. It was just beautiful.
What was
everywhere.
the food choice?
It was
Platanos and collard greens.
No, it was not. It was actually Caribbean. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
Yes, now, because that's what we like. Both of us agreed on that, so shut up. But I want to also say Baltimore, September 5th, 6th, and 7th. Your girl Jess Hilarious will be at the Baltimore Comedy Factory. Me and my brother Desi Alexander will be there.
Hey.
Yes, we'll have merch. We're going to have Bad Parents and hoodies, jackets, all of that. Also, Messy Vision, a Messy Vision stand will be there. Get your tickets. If you show your tickets, you will get 15% off of the Messy Vision eyewear. It's going to be set up. Me and Desi will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Baltimore, y'all know I'm coming home, and y'all know how y'all treat me every time I get there. So the 410, I will be there.
It's time to get up out of here, Charlamagne. Before we do, salute to Ghostface for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to Ghostface Killah, my favorite rapper of all time, man. Make sure you go check out Supreme Clientele 2. Very dope project. But I mean, Ghost don't miss with albums. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I'm a Ghost fan, so I'll buy it, so don't listen to me. Okay, but I think it's very dope. Fourth Disciple, man, chef's kiss. Now,
that's the only rapper I ever saw you get excited for. Ever.
For real?
Yes, you really, really love him. I think that's really dope.
My favorite rappers of all time are Ghostface Killah, Killer Mike, Scarface, Young Jeezy, T.I., Nas, and Sean Carter.
Matter of fact, yeah, Killer Mike, you did get excited. His last album, the one that he won a Grammy for, you did get very excited.
Because I told him he was going to win a Grammy way before it came out.
Yes.
I got my Conversate with Killer Mike shirt and I salute to Mike. I saw Mike when I was in Atlanta, stopped by his studio and garage and everything, man. Salute to my guy Mike, man. Love that, love that good brother. The positive note is simply this. I don't like stupid people. And you know what a stupid person is to me? Somebody who has the facts, who has the proper information, and still makes the wrong decision. So don't be stupid. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?